I'm Isis Romero, and this is the news in San Antonio. Buying or selling something online has become a way for millions of people to make some side cash. But San Antonio police warn some people may have other intentions. Vanessa Croy explains.
A good deal online might be hard to ignore, but police say you don't know who's waiting on the other side of this screen. And while most online sales end without a problem, all it takes is one bad transaction to put your money, your property, even your life at risk.
Don't believe it can't happen to you.
An urgent warning from San Antonio Police Property Crimes Detective Jay Portillo, who says online marketplaces can give criminals an easy way to find their next victim.
Don't believe your situation, your buy is unique, and that you won't be the one that's victimized.
And police say one recent case shows just how quickly a deal can turn dangerous. In June, a San Antonio man found a gold chain on OfferUp. He arranged to meet the seller and brought his father with him. But the meetup suddenly turned into an ambush. At least 4 suspects pointed guns at the father and son. Both were shot multiple times. Portillo says the warning signs can show up before you ever leave home.
Make sure, again, account history, make sure it's been established, make sure you don't meet anywhere that's secluded, don't give your personal information away.
The detective says to choose a designated safe exchange location because the cameras are always rolling. And if something about the deal doesn't feel right, Portillo says just don't take the chance.
My biggest concern is someone getting hurt, someone maybe fighting back, and then the situation gets worse. Don't risk your life over whatever the item is or the money. Just walk away.
Every San Antonio police substation across the city has these safe exchange zones. QT gas stations have them as well. Detective Portillo says where you choose to meet to make that deal could be the difference between you becoming a victim or walking away. At San Antonio Police Central Substation, Vanessa Croy, KENS 5.
More than 100 firefighters responded to a smoky apartment fire on the city's southeast side Wednesday night. 4 people were taken to the hospital and 1 police officer was treated for smoke inhalation. Sue Kalberg has the story.
This apartment is a charred shell now, but at 10 o'clock last night when people were getting ready for bed, this was a scary scene.
There's a occupant that is unable to get out of her apartment.
She went to the hospital to be checked out, while a police officer was treated on scene, overcome by smoke while evacuating residents.
We have a police officer that is requesting medical assistance.
Then it was a rush to rescue everyone in harm's way.
And we're going to start trying to get individuals out of the surrounding apartments as well.
Initially, 2 people went to the hospital, but as the smoke rolled, 1 person jumped from the 2nd floor.
I had to jump up from the 2nd floor.
And another woman decided the thick, choking smoke was just too much.
Let's go ahead and have one more medic unit. We just had another patient walk up.
In the end, 4 of the 8 units in the building were damaged, but 2 were vacant, and the manager said repair work is already underway. Fire investigators are still looking for a cause, but the manager here tells me only 1 person has been displaced, and they're already helping them start over. In southeast San Antonio, Sue Kalberg, KENS 5.
Another step taken this week in the plans to redevelop the San Antonio Rodeo grounds. Voters approved directing rental tax dollars to that effort last year. But rodeo leaders say they were caught off guard when presented with an early design concept different from what they campaigned on. David Lynch explains.
Well, the rodeo touted year-round programming and huge growth when it successfully saddled up for voter support last year. But not long after, officials say they were presented with a mock-up that, for the time being, put that ambition right back in the stables.
We never would have engaged in a campaign if these plans were any part of it whatsoever.
Honoring the promise, that's the message from a recent San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo PSA. CEO Cody Davenport saying there was a point when he felt a promise to the rodeo was broken.
We felt we were excluded, not represented nor protected in the process.
When voters approved $192 million for Freeman Coliseum updates, they had seen an idea of what those dollars would build. But shortly after the election, Davenport says he was blindsided by an early concept that showed a hotel, cultural hub, and other crowded elements. He says it appeared to dilute the rodeo's most precious asset, land.
It displaced the rodeo operations. It took over these grounds here for the most part, enough that we're displaced and we cannot run our stock show or basically who we are.
El Paso-based Hunt Companies was behind the concept. The firm said it was only preliminary and hasn't created official design plans. Davenport still wishes the rodeo was clued in while they were campaigning for voter support.
I would just say there was a mass amount of miscommunication on the county side.
It's good to see us all working together like this.
On Tuesday, a sign of unity, county commissioners voted to pursue a development agreement, roping the rodeo into ongoing negotiations. Davenport emphasizes it's just one step. His focus is on securing what's essentially a lease agreement to ensure the rodeo is here to stay.
That lines it out that we can continue doing what we promised the voters right now. We still have a lot more work to do.
David Lynch, KENS 5.
And that's the news in San Antonio.